Hello my friends, it's Gabriel with The Last Huntsman Outdoors here. This is going to just be kind of a quick little collection type of video, and I kind of did one, I touched on this slightly, but I'm just going to kind of give you guys an updated list here. But I'm going to be showing you guys 11, maybe 12 or so EDC fixed blades that I really like, and I'm just going to kind of compare and contrast them. So actually, I'll just start off showing you guys one I've been carrying a lot as of late. It is Reef Knives Circadian. This is one of the newest ones I got. It's in Magna Cut. Really been enjoying this blade. Came with a leather sheath. It's a great little pocket fixed blade. It fits in my hand amazingly well. 1/8 of an inch thick. This one is what I would almost consider like a EDC utility bushcraft type of knife. It just works really good, has a pretty decently deep guard on it. Really like this one. Now actually I got two that are kind of the same here. And I say that kind of, but here I got the good old classic, very good knife company Adventure. This one's pretty thick though. It's a little thicker than even 3/16. It's ADC RV2. Quite a handful. It's black micarta. Of course it comes with a Kidex sheath. I pretty much put ulti clips on everything, so there's that. But I also have the very good knife company Adventure Junior. This one's only about 1/8 of an inch thick. This one's a Nitro V. Really enjoy this little guy. This one, I mean, is just so small. It fits really great in hand. It will, make a great little pocket knife, fixed blade, and it's just so light and easy to carry. Okay, so this one here is a fan favorite, and I really like this one too, and it is White River Knives Ursus Cub. Now this one is rocking out the Armistice carry sheath, and it's also rocking out some Lucas Carroll custom grips. So be sure to check out both of those and use coupon code LASTHuntsman, all capital letters, all one word. It really, especially these Lucas Carroll grips, changes up the whole feel of this knife. It makes it just feel amazingly great. This one, with the Armistice sheath too, makes it a lot better for EDC because the original factory Kidex sheath, it's pretty decent, but it's not like great. But really enjoy the Ursus Cub, and I will be like laying these out and like comparing them too. So, and I got this one's the Teran Knives Forester in Magna Cut. This one's right around 3/16 thick. It's a decently chunky blade, but it still performs amazingly well. And this one also has a fairly thin handle, but it oddly feels comfortable in hand. Like that Teran Knives Forester. Now this one, I'm actually waiting for a replacement blade. This is the Ved Mink. Now, why am I waiting for a replacement blade? Well, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but it just has a bit of a warp in the blade. I don't blame this knife. I actually like this knife. I highly suggest it. It's like 80 bucks for one of these. This one's also rocking out Lucas Carroll grips on it, but I was cross-grain batoning a seasoned piece of walnut. Well, I will straight up say for a knife this small with this thin of edge, that was more abusive than what this knife should be dealing with, honestly. So I don't blame the knife. That was kind of me trying to put it through too much for what it really should be doing. All right, so this is one of my longtime favorites. I still like this one. It's honestly, if I could only pick, a few of these, this would be it. But Primitive Bear Knives Hunter's EDC. This one's in crew wear, and Alan with Primitive Bear Knives is doing some amazing work with crew wear. I like crew wear. I've never tried crew wear until I had this knife, but now I have this knife, it kind of caught me on a crewware, and I really like it. It's perfect in hand. It's a great just utility EDC and like hunting knife, hence the name Hunter's EDC. But honestly, it's just kind of a great dual just EDC fixed blade. I really like just the shape, the aesthetic. It feels perfect in hand. I like his kind of two-tone G10 micarta handle combination there. Yeah, this is probably one of my straight up favorite EDC fixed blades, and of course his Kidex is actually getting really good. He's been, you know, it's kind of neat seeing a small maker and just watching them get better and better and better, and you know, so that's kind of a shout out to some of the small makers like Primitive Bear Knives, or even Very Good Knife Company. Some of the new stuff that he's pushing out is looking absolutely awesome. Now this one's designed by Jacob Peterson, produced by White River Knives. This is the Exodus Knife and Tool Jackalope. This one is really awesome. It's just super slim, and you would think like, okay, with that slim of a knife and that slim of a handle, it wouldn't be comfortable. If you just kind of grip it like this, it's surprisingly comfortable, and I could do a lot of work for hours on end with this little blade. And it's just a fine little like scalpel. And he also has one called the Adventure Craft, which is a little smaller, and honestly the thing can just disappear in your pocket. It's really nice for that. And the Jackalope is pretty neat. This one's in S35 VN. He might be having a drop coming out before too long in A2, which that would be really cool, and maybe even some Magna Cut, that would be really cool too. The sheath is just, this is a neat little package that's like ready to go. Alright, so I got this knife because I've been checking this one out for a while, and with the Primitive Bear Knives Hunter's EDC and crewware, I was kind of caught on to crewware. So this one is the Bradford Guardian 3.5 in crewware, and I really like this little guy. It reminds me, if I took like an SE3 and blended it with a SE JG3, that's what this knife reminds me of. It fills the hand pretty good. It makes a great just little everyday blade. It just has that continuous curve to the entire back portion of the knife. It just fills the hand awesome. It's 30 seconds thick and with a high saber grind, so it does have a little bit more robustness to it. And I actually like 30 seconds thickness for an even EDC knife. I think it's just kind of neat to have something that's that robust. I generally tend to lean on something 1/8 or 30 seconds. 3/16 it starts getting a little too chunky, just my own personal preference, but I have a couple that are 3/16 and they are still great knives. But anything less than 1/8 I'm not really like a big fan of. That's just me personally. But Bradford Guardian 3.5, really awesome. This one has Armitage sheath, and this one's been a long time on the channel. I really like this knife. And there's nothing real special about it, but this is my good old SE3. This is probably one with the longest carry and use on it, and honestly I still go back to the SE3 quite a bit. The only thing that's always been just a bit of a gripe for the SE3 for me is the choil. It's not like bad, it's just, it's not really useful. Like honestly, if they just deleted the choil and either brought down the blade a little bit or just kind of left the edge like right there closer to the handle, that would be awesome. Just like a small little sharpening choil, that's it. That being said, the SE3 is amazing, and I really like it. This one's just a good old crusty 1095, but SE does really good work with their 1095. I really like their 1095. This is the Lucas Carroll custom grips for it. Fits perfectly. Honestly, this one, oddly, is probably one of the most ergonomic knives here in my very strong opinion. I also have an Armitage carry sheath. Just awesome combination. I really like this. I've been carrying this one for years and years now through my rotation. Now this one is the Lion Steel M2M. M390 steel. I'm not a big fan of M390 steel. However, Lion Steel doesn't do too bad with it. This one is extremely ergonomic. It's a bit longer handle than some of these other ones, but it still just fills the hand and carries really well. Has a crowned spine, but it also has a little bit of a sharp pommel there. Armitage sheath for that as well. Kind of natural and satin look. Looks pretty amazing. I think it's right around 5/32 thick if I was guessing. I don't got exact thicknesses here, but you know, that's it. Let's check some of these out. And here's my entire EDC knife collection kind of all laid out. I got a few that I don't have included on here, and it's just because either I don't have them with me at the moment, or you know, a few other things. But we'll just kind of go through them one more time real quick. Now I did line all these up right along the top edge of the handle scale, so you can kind of get a feel for the size of them, and I'll try to kind of swap some of these around so you can kind of see them like up close and stuff compared to other ones. Now actually, let's just go through these real quick and then I'll do some comparisons. Left to right here, I got the Reef Knives Circadian, the Very Good Knife Company Adventure Junior, the White River Ursus Cub, Teran Forester, the Ved Mink, Primitive Bear Knives, Hunter's EDC, Exodus Knife and Tool Jackalope, Bradford Guardian 3.5, SE3, and the Lion Steel M2M. So as you can see, I kind of got a general size range that I like, and I do carry one of these on me every day. I've been carrying this guy with me mostly as of late just because it's new, and I really honestly like it quite a bit. So I kind of vary through these though. I like to switch them up. Let's just kind of compare some of these. I know the Reef Knives Circadian, like I said, is kind of the newest one here, and one that a lot of people's been wanting to see kind of compared, and I'll just kind of move a couple out of the way real quick, because they're both pretty comparable, is the White River Knives Ursus Cub and the Reef Circadian. Both of them are Magna Cut. Both of them are right around 1/8 of an inch thick, and honestly, you can't go wrong with either one of these. It'd be kind of hard for me to pick which one I like more. The handle ergonomics is great on both of these, but I will say the Ursus Cub, the original scales, was very slick. Like really slick. I was not a fan of them. These Lucas Carroll scales are definitely a game changer for sure. However, you know, by the time you pick up a set of Lucas Carroll scales and an Armitage sheath, you're gonna have more money into a Ursus Cub than you will even the Reef Circadian. And that's something that some people might complain about with the Reef Circadian, is it's right around 300 bucks. That being said, it's great out of the box. You don't have to do anything different. You don't got to get a different sheath. You don't got to switch up the scales. Like, this knife, in my honest opinion, is just perfect right out of the box. And by the time you fix up some of these, to make them a little nicer, you're gonna put about that much money into it anyways. Even like the SC3, you can pick one up for like right around 120, 130, but by the time you get some nicer scales on it and higher end sheath, you're gonna have at least $100 more into it, if not more than that, honestly. And then you're kind of getting close to that kind of price range. So that's just something to kind of consider. But that is my current main go-to collection. So with all that being said, be prepared both physically and spiritually. God bless, and carry on.